So now that I kind of have an idea of what I'm up against, I think I should be fine.
Right. There we go.
He said. But, man, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah, it's
like a lot.
Well, it's not so much they do that much damage individually. It's
that's still like 3 or 4 hits and I'm dead.
Exactly, yeah,
That's damage enough for my taste.
Right.
Okay. Well, in this case, I'll once again grab my souls, then I'll run back, hopefully for a choke point.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have to actually keep 1 or 2 of them alive to.
I'm sure more of them will come to life as you kill them.
Need to lock on. Thank you.
Yeah, your lock-on range is going to be pretty limited as long as it's dark.
Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot I can do about that.
Right. So this is if they won't.
They don't even take that much damage.
Well, it's because he was blocking. Yeah, that guy had his shield. This one doesn't. You could probably.
Still don't take all that much damage.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet they're resistant to thrust. That being said, that was like, what, 3 hits to take him down? That's not too bad.
Oops.
Starting to think that since these guys are using spears, and spears don't do a ton of poise damage, I wonder if we can use like some heavier armor or the Ring of Giants to be able to take a hit from them.
Maybe, but I find myself a little skeptical.
Yeah. Looks like they'll at least only fight you in like a group of a couple at a time.
Of course it does the useless movement.
Yeah, I believe you can backstab these guys too. Yeah, you just had to watch your stamina.
My only hope really was to try to finish him off before he could take a swing at me.
Well, you knew you weren't going to with the damage you were doing and the fact you can only get 1 swing at a time. Because...
Actually, I didn't know. You are assuming way too much of my mathematical abilities there.
Okay. Yeah, it's like these guys pretty consistently take like 4 hits or so. And if you're running low on stamina, you do less damage per hit. So they're going to animate in a group of 3. I don't know if they're resistant to lightning or they're resistant to thrust or both. Maybe try Great Combustion to thin the herd. And I can't imagine a stone. Oh, hey, good plan. If you know which ones are coming to life, you can attack them early. Jeez. Interesting. And yeah, you weren't kidding. They were doing a lot of damage.
Told you.
Oh, interesting. The Llewellyn shield. Or as they pronounce it in Gaelic. Okay. I wonder if it's only those 3 that come to life then. And the rest of them are just there for decor. Okay, there, yeah. If we kill the guy with a shield, that'll help you out later. There's the other one. Yeah. This is pretty different. In the original game, you had it was a big open room with 2 spearmen guarding each door. And the idea is, as you got close to each door, you would fight them 2 at a time, and you would have to lure their souls into the door too. Of course, since they were already there, that didn't take much effort. Right. Yeah, this is really different. I wonder if the one that got you in the corner was one from the door or one from, another one from back there. Okay, we've got 2 active. Just 1 more active right now. And it's so dark.
Scholar of the Dark Sin.
Yeah. The dark mysteries. Oh, yeah, we'll go back to Majula to get the.
Yeah, it's kind of frustrating for me because it's so dark I can't even see his attack pattern.
Right. Yeah, the fact they are themselves dark colored, and let's see if we can switch out something for the binding ring, because I think we're losing a little too much max HP now. It's got to be one. Okay, there it is. It's that guy. And we will finally we get some light going in here. All right. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Oh, and he's there to help you power up this one. Even better. Okay, so we can finally see what's going on here.
Hooray!
Let's see. It looks like they still have 2 swordsmen guarding each door, and I bet they'll aggro if you get close to it.
See, the one on the right definitely will.
Yeah. Now, here's a very common newbie mistake. See what's behind that door first. If it's what I think it is, yes. You don't want to open all of the doors, at once, because then every time you come through there, you'll have 6 ruin sentinels to fight. So I think once again, unless they changed it for a scholar, these guys respawn. But yeah, you remember all the fun we had with those guys before? Well, now they're normal enemies. Now,
it is not counting me as blocking anything.
Well, it takes time to pull your shield back up. Your timing might just be a little off.
I suppose so.
Yeah, and luckily with all of these fights here, you can just retreat back to that hallway and they'll stop chasing you. Spin to win. Oh, you blocked that one pretty well. All right, now before I do anything else, go back and see what they were guarding, what he was guarding in there. So that way you won't have to worry about it again. And we've got
soldiers. Right?
Excellent. I was wondering where that was. Yeah, that's obviously the upgrade to the weight reduction on the previous one.
Let's see. I guess later on I'll switch that out for enough binding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because you clearly don't need all those spells in here. Okay, now here's the question: do you want to grab everything and fight more enemies, or do you want to just make progress with the level?
Honestly, I would kind of prefer not to fight a whole lot of things down here.
Okay.
Especially if they're more ruin sentinels.
All right. Let's go rest of the bonfire. Go ahead and reset this one. Let's find out if the ruin sentinels respawn or not.
Okay.
Because if they don't, then it's safe to check all the rooms.
I'm pretty sure they will, though.
Yeah. And that's what I want to find out. And then if they do, I'll just point out the right way to go, and then sometime off camera I can extinct them and try to farm the set or something. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the two-handed bonus, that's pretty effective.
Not effective enough.
It's an interesting combo they do, too.
Guess I'm going to have to get one more dex or something in order to make that work.
Right, you already got you saw the Ring of Blades, right?
Yeah.
Okay. More. Gascon? This must be another player. Looks like it was behind you. Yep. I was probably trying to... I don't think he can aggro anybody. So. Oh, he's got a Dark Avalon. Nice. King of the tryhards. Yeah, a lot of people won't have heavily elemental-based shields, so...
Yeah, not a whole lot I can do about stuff like that.
Right.
Well. This is a nice room filled with good things. No one invades like Gascon.
It looks really like Gascon, yeah. That's pretty great.
I like that.
Thanks, Ben. And P-Bug is a nice room filled with good things. Yeah, I was elaborating earlier about some of the differences between Scholar and original, and not too keen on the changes here. Have you done any more of your manly fisticuffs run and gotten to hear with that P-Bug or not, or have you not played it since you streamed last? And survey says, I think I see him. Yeah, I think I see him in the Yep. Okay, so the Sentinels respawn still. In that case, yeah, I would just...
Ow.
Yeah. Oh, what was that? Look, he drove his spear in the ground and he couldn't get it back. Oh, that's not too bad.
But he still spins to win.
Yeah.
Okay, which door do I need to go through to get out of here?
The first one on the right.
Iron Keep broke his spirit. I'll get back to that. I can totally understand.
Yeah.
That. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I had enough finger quotes fun with the Ruin Sentinels. I have no desire to fight against them again.
Right. I would either try to get summoned, pop an effigy, or put on the Ring of Binding, because you're almost maxed out hollow now.
Well, first I want to know which area I need to go to get out of here.
First one on the right.
First one on the right. Thank you.
Yep. That message even says the same thing. And they put two guys here, I guess, to make sure that you get it.
Yeah, let's get out of this awful, awful place.
All right. Yeah, they are. There we go. The other guy's probably gone back to position, so you should be able to walk up there and shank him. Okay. I have had better ideas. Yeah, if you do end up getting out of position and you kill the guy so his soul doesn't open the door, you can just get close to the next one and then lure him back to.
That's right. That's what I need to do.
Yeah. Just wake him up and then run back to your door and then kill him. Yeah, they've got to be resistant to thrust.
There we go.
Regardless, yeah, that is the way way next. It's kind of I am kind of glad we got here before starting the DLC because Drangleic, because the way through the King's Gate over to from the bonfire to the left, from here to the right, is actually the way to the last boss. It's right there, but you obviously can't do it until you get the King's Ring.
We're off for rolling.
So a lot of people that are fighting the last boss early can still summon you if you place your summon sign at that bonfire. Okay, the Frozen Flower is the key item for the third DLC, okay. The one we just passed through. So I guess we could do that one first. I'm sure they're all equally about as equally hard.
Is that a monastery charm? Yeah,
those remove poison, and they're basically a life gem plus a poison moss.
I see.
I believe there's a stronger version too. Yeah, because these statues aren't grayish white, they're probably not going to come to life. I wonder if some of those royalists.
Stay calm.
I wonder if any of those royal soldiers will, though.
Doesn't seem like.
Yeah, not yet. But then again, remember the two guarding that ladder didn't animate until you got past them. Sure, I wonder if you can aggro them early. It doesn't. Mm-hmm. I guess we'll see if those are decoys or not. Yeah, if you strip down so you don't risk breaking stuff, you can actually run there in the acid and grab the goodies. Weapons do not get affected, so you just need to remove armor and rings.
Okay.
So if you remove rings, you lose your attuned spells, but...
Yeah, that's alright.
Mm-hmm.
Then the shield also would not be affected?
No, nothing in your hands.
Okay. So where are we going?
Right behind you now? Yeah, you can just look for the glowies. There's nothing else in here.
Oh, great.
Oh, what? No, what a nasty trap. They put dudes in here to catch people as they remove their gear to fight.
Somehow that doesn't surprise me.
Right. Oh, that is just mean. Yeah, and yeah, exactly. I was going to say, yeah, lock onto him and then... You had his number. It was 666.
Indeed.
Yeah, that is the strongest regen item in the game. And I think there should be one more. Yeah, there's a treasure chest back there. Huh. And that is.
So there wasn't even notified.
Fittingly enough, no. Well, the Elizabeth mushroom's good.
I guess.
Yeah, if you're having trouble with the boss fight, I think it's a good 90 seconds or so of very, very strong regen.
Okay.
Well, you lost your attuned spells anyway, so I guess it would be a good time for the Ring of Binding.
So I think I had been wearing the
Alon helm, yeah, but you can wear anything else. I just put that on because it has high fire resistance. Oh, actually, you had been using the Hate Iron Mask, I think, before that. Up one from there.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Aura set, second from the top. Then the gloves and pants don't really matter. You could do the... yeah, I think I had been using the Saint equipment there because it's light and still has good resistances.
Saint trousers.
Yeah, there we go. That'll do, pig.
Alright, and then I need to actually equip my rings.
Oh, yeah. Chloranthy ring, ring of blades, I think. Yeah, second dragon ring, of course. And then ring of binding. All right. Yeah, that's a nice bit of HP back. Yeah, and the stuff you saw raining down earlier is just acid. It won't hurt you, but it's just I think it's kind of them trying to show where the acid came from in the pit. Anybody else come to life here? Doesn't look like it.
Not so far.
These are a lot of. I guess the idea is that by having some of them animate and some of them not, you'll never know what to expect.
It would seem to be the case.
Right. Yeah,
it keeps you on your toes.
Right. This is a really weird room. It's a bunch of masks firing poison arrows at you. Yeah, I thought sure this would be a trap as well. Nice. But yeah, originally it was just a glowy, not a treasure chest, and you had to basically grab it and keep going because instead of firing like in a pattern, they would just fire as you crossed in front of them. So if you were quick enough, you could just keep going and roll through them and be completely fine. Okay, let's see. We know this is going to be trouble. Aha. So we've got two Cyan Knights with the swords. It would have been helpful if one of them was a swordsman and one was a halberdier, but as it is, they can cover each other pretty well.
Right.
I think that animated the last guy too, yep.
If I could just get the invincibility frames of backstabbing, then I'd be fine.
Right. Alright. Doing pretty well, though. Considering that's a pretty tense situation and all. Yeah, you should have had that.
Well, even still, I'll still win. That's important.
Exactly, yeah. Alright, yeah, good job. Interestingly, also, those are skeletons instead of sort of corpses.
Try a dragon with
them. Woman, therefore curse. It is a portrait of...
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. It's a portrait of Nishandra, and it is not a flattering portrait. She wasn't too happy, and the curses she laid upon it that day have remained ever since. At least that's how the stories go. Bew, hey.
Hey there, Bew.
I was going to joke and say you missed the hammering, but the only person getting hammered was Ben.
Oh, gosh.
And this is an NPC invader.
Well, I'm aware of that. I'm just also aware of what invader this is.
Right.
And I can't get some more saves. So.
Yeah, she is pretty relentless. Luckily, I think... Oh, yeah. They're really good about guard breaking you. Not bad. Looks like she doesn't have a ton of health.
I'm thankful for small mercies.
When did that happen? Ben has been... when we first went back into... I say first went into... A little ways into Drangleic Castle.
There we
go. There's a room full of enemy... Or a room full of statues that come to life. And we had some trouble figuring out how to deal with them. Yep. But the funny thing is, Ben, is you've been doing a really good job against these NPC invaders. And I think there's very few of them that have. I don't think any of them have actually killed you the first time.
Well, I thought the Grove, whatever that guy's name was, did.
Woodland Child killed you he didn't kill you the first time, but he did kill you today, yeah. There we go. Jeez.
My kingdom for a backstab.
Anyway, but you had the right idea. Go back to where you were, and go down that ladder you accidentally kind of came across. And there is and make sure there's nobody getting ready to ambush you, of course. But yeah, if you check your wall right there to the left, that is a secret wall.
Which one?
Behind you now. There. Yep. With another bonfire. All right. I would say just light it and don't rest at it just yet, because there's one more thing we can do here.
Okay.
If you keep on going, and there should be a spot. I don't know if you check that. I don't know if you need to drop down if there's a ladder down, but keep on going closer to the other side. Yeah, you may need to drop. I don't think there's a ladder. Oh, there it is. Yeah. You guys should invade someone. Well, the thing is, Ben has established earlier that the good Archbishop Turpin is not a murderer, so we're not doing any Brotherhood of Blood stuff.
The other thing is that I must admit that maybe if Wayne wants to do it, he can. Mm-hmm. But I have absolutely no desire whatsoever to do PvP. Mm-hmm. It's like my admittedly limited experience with it has told me that basically there is no fun to be had with it whatsoever, at least that I can find.
Yeah, and and different people, different temperaments. I mean, I kind of like PvP, but I can definitely understand why some people wouldn't.
Right. This thing, it's like, if other people have fun with it, then by all means. Mm-hmm. It's just that I currently just haven't found anything in it that actually would indicate it's something I would enjoy.
Right. The Hunter's black bow we got is the best dex scaling bow. Huh. It has an S scaling and the longest range too. You see on that, so we're at 60 instead of 50. So
we'll probably want to upgrade that.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of telling you to hold off on upgrading bows unless you wanted them, because the black bow is the best one.
I'll definitely have to do that. Mm-hmm. Actually, we've got enough. Let's go ahead and do the Majula and upgrade it.
Okay. All right. See you later, Sway.
Yes, this is a character based off of Archbishop Turpin from the Song of Roland.
From the Song of Roland. He says prayers and smites Saracens, or in this case, hollows, but... Yeah, P-Buck says he always feels a little bad about PvP in Souls games. I mean, yeah, the part of the fact that it is pure competition. I mean, 1-versus-1 kind of like MMA stuff. There's basically no way to avoid hurt feelings if you're playing it for Cirrus. Mm. Unless you're killing for the glorious Rat King. Yes. If you are lapping the sludge at his bosom, then you may gnaw on however many invaders as you wish. And of course, and there of course there's the arenas too, where people that are already signed in for it. Right. But a lot of times it's like some people do PvP just to have fun. Some people like that whole idea of well, what if so and so fought each other and to try their character against somebody else's. And I've kind of felt that urge too with games like Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like the AI is never a fair match because it's stupid. You can't program a way to make a valid challenge for those kind of games. And likewise in the Souls games, I mean, nobody really has the kind of there was blood on it. Yeah, there you go. So you can fight those guys before the enemy. Cool. Is that there are limits to the PvE experience, and so I can definitely understand why somebody would want to do some PvP. I do it a little bit, but I don't really. I'm not a big invader. And Ben mentioned he's run into some strangely courteous PvP players too. It's like, yeah, sometimes that you run into people that give you stuff. Yeah, Van, I've heard about that. You're part of the whole, like, FFT 3.1 modding community and stuff like that.
The last king of this land, he found the strength to rule his people.
Yeah, that's a game I need to play again.
But in the end, he never took.
Yeah, P-Bug was saying killing somebody waiting at a bonfire is fine, but wrecking someone on the way through the level is kind of a jerk move. Yeah, pretty much. Especially when you try to invade, but when you try to have some friendly competition, and you end up with invading somebody on. Like, I've actually had this happen one time. Like, I did a little bit of Anor Londo because of course everybody PvPs in Anor Londo, and actually did run across somebody who was at the second bonfire. You know, from the. Yeah, here we go. Here's our first boss of Drangleic Castle. But basically, I ran into somebody who was trying to deal with the archers in the Silver Knight Great Bow archers. It's like, okay, you know, I'm just gonna let that poor guy try to deal with this, and if he makes it, you know, I'm just going to crystal out and let him use a stupid bonfire. Because every time I do it, you know, and I'm in human form, so I was like, you know what would really suck if somebody invades right before I can get to that bonfire. And yeah, the Dragonrider Halberdier is about the same as the one in Hades Tower. Of course, we're a lot stronger now than we used to be. The problem is the other guy is going to cover him with his bow, and since it does magic damage as well, it's really hard to defend against. I don't think it does. I think even though the Dragonrider bow is magic when you use it, I think it's just to treat as a normal great bow for them. Watching big enemies navigate like stairs and stuff like that is always great. Yeah, you're getting the handle. You're getting the hang of this.
Inspires me to pile up more bodies.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of neat that you saw Nishandra there. I actually missed her.
You said that the other one does magic damage?
No, he does not. I was trying to say that the Dragonrider bow, if you make it, is a magic weapon, but their weapons are pure physical.
I see.
Yeah. Since the other guy is actually one thing you could probably do is lure this guy a little further away. Then after he whiffs a move, use your ranged weapons to lock on the other guy and try to pick him off. And of course, if you get it close enough, he'll break the platform and drop down. Yeah, it's one thing that I did my first time I actually beat these guys was with I think the first time I actually got here was with a mage character, and I tossed a flame swath up there, and darn near killed the archer in one hit because the archer has a lot less health than this guy. But that's a trick. It's like if you can't actually get those hits in, while this guy's basically pounding your head in, then the fact he's more vulnerable doesn't really help much. And you've been doing a pretty good job of timing your heals and stuff like that to the guy's archery. You know, the worst thing you can do is actually get hit while you're not blocking and while that guy's about to hit you, so then you get comboed and you're kind of screwed. I wonder if he ran out of arrows. I don't think the guy actually hit the platform and knocked him off. Ooh, there's a thought. Yeah, I wonder if we can get... Oh, almost got him.
If it had let me switch my shield,
Yep.
that would have been fine. That is the most frustrating part about all of this. I keep thinking that I'm switching to my shield, and it never works.
Yeah, you can't buffer the.
I'm not
things.
trying to. Is the thing.
Well, if you're down, I mean, if you're in a.
That's the thing. It's like I get up, I hit left, I think that I've switched, and I haven't.
Right.
So I don't know if there's just extra time or what.
Yeah, it's not instantaneous. And you asked, how's the leg? Everything all right?
Yes, my leg is actually feeling just fine. Today actually marked the first day where I managed to kind of get out of the apartment and eat out for Thanksgiving. And, I actually did fairly well with it.
Yeah.
Wasn't really in any pain or anything, so.
Awesome. Yeah, I took Ben to the Bob Evans here for Thanksgiving.
And let me tell you, it is very weird to me having people rush over to open doors for me. Because, in my mind, I still don't see myself as actually, crippled or anything. Even though, I have 2 crutches and I'm limping around. So there was this odd moment where a person was rushing towards the door, and I actually, looked around to wonder, who are they opening the door for?
Where's the fire, right?
And it's like, oh yeah, it's me.
That's about all we've done for Thanksgiving View. I had plans I had a recording session with one of my friends for the Dark Souls 2 LP I mentioned earlier, and so we had to get back in time for that. And then I got done with that around 6 p.m. and it's 9 now, so we didn't have a whole lot of time between that and streaming. So yeah, it's been a pretty full day for yours truly. I guess by proxy, a pretty full day for Ben too.
Yeah.
Yeah. See how much more
Arg!
How
dare you dodge?
He was having none of that. Yeah, see, he actually has the model for the Dragonrider bow in his hand, but he's firing great arrows from it. Now, it'd be awesome if that was like a bow.
And that time it did buffer.
Yeah.
The heck is going on?
Oh, what happened?
That time when I got up, I hit the button to switch to my shield, and it did. Mm-hmm. But I thought, it doesn't buffer. So I hit it again to switch it to the shield,
right.
Which then meant it switched to the chime, which meant I died.
Right.
This is getting a little frustrating, I'll admit.
Yeah, Drangleic Castle is...
Again, it's not Drangleic Castle per se. It's not even that boss fight per se. It's that I cannot figure out how this game decides when I switch to my shield and when I do not.
Right.
It's like, once I figure that out, I'll be pretty much unstoppable. But until then, it's like, I don't know if I hit L1, if I'm going to be blocking or if I'm going to be casting.
The issue isn't so much when you hit the D-pad to change. It's the animation that you're in when you do it. Like if you try to basically...
Well, that's kind of why I was saying it's like, if I hit it when I'm moving, if I'm hitting it when I'm getting up, if I hit it...
Yeah, none of that stuff really matters. Right. It's basically, if you like to hit L1 to block or to cast or whatever, before it's finished changing, before you pull your shield and stuff like that, it will go back to the old one. I think that's what's really tripping you up. I'm also thinking, too, for this fight, you may want to, if you lose again, you may want to put the chime in your right hand, so you can still block and not have to switch as much. And I guess as soon as you hit him now, he just says screw that and hops down. Alright, so far so good. You might be able to finish him off with a good run. Maybe if you dodge and attack and then kind of move in. Yeah, there we go. If you eat one hit from him, you can still recover and win the fight. Yeah, like anything else, it's like as soon as you can even the odds, that makes it so much easier. You took a bologna sandwich to the face. Okay.
All right, Bu. I'll buy it. How did you take a bologna sandwich to the face?
And speaking of, you should have hit the face of somebody that tried to feed you a bologna sandwich on Thanksgiving. But since you are the Canadian chef, as I remember right from last time. Yeah, you're handling Dragonrider pretty well. Yeah, I think you ended up killing him the first time, right? I think I ran to him at Hades Tower, and then we decided, you know what? I think that's about when we decided to switch over to you kind of starting to play more often.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's pretty much exactly the same. You just get a little bit more room to maneuver, and he'll do the 3-hit combo more often. Well, you just have so many Estus, so much Estus now. So many Estises. You have hella flasks, dude. Let's just go with that. And
victory achieved.
Yeah, good job.
Okay.
You take down all y'all.
Hurrah for pointless.
Yeah, all this useless gold. Well, the only currency anybody ever wants are souls. So. Yeah. Well, his family's pretty childish, and the cousin eats bologna sandwiches started a food fight. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, somebody should have gotten something smacked in their face for wanting bologna on Thanksgiving.
I agree.
You might want to run back and steal some of the souls.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, so you don't risk dying with them.
So ironically, you can't take your souls with you when you die.
You can't take it with you when you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the mustard and ketchup out of his beard. Oh. Yeah, that'll work. You're definitely coming along on the stats.
Yeah.
There was something I was recommending you do or get. Oh yeah, I was going to say that since we're going out of our way to not acquire sin, if you do respec or get the strength or whatever to use a sword, you might want to try the old sinner sword because it's a pretty good weapon unless you have points of sin.
I don't know how to get it.
Oh, it's you turn the lost sinner soul into Ornithex. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it now because we're not doing the stats for it. I'm just saying we were talking about sin earlier, and that reminded me that.
I see.
Yeah, you see all those extra areas now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's talking to Emmy at Dragon. Basically, anytime you run into Emmy outside of Majula and talk to her, then you'll get that awareness there.
I see.
I believe that's what triggers it anyway.
Okay, I'm guessing up here is where I go next.
I think. Yeah, I think that's where you go. Yeah. I mean, one of them is...
This is where I came from.
This is where you came from. Yeah, one of them is where you need to go, but you can't do it yet. I was not wondering you, but I am edified to know you make an awesome mac and cheese. Yeah. This way, if you check that door there, it is locked from the sides. You have to go the other way. Yeah. Homemade, even. Well. Yeah,
I can tell. I have to say, there is a big difference between people who, who know how to make a good mac and cheese, and those who just pile in the Velveeta and just
and nuke it, right?
Yeah. Be wary of switch.
Yeah, you don't want to fall in there. Pull back fatty. Oh wow. Mac and cheese, legit Thanksgiving dinner.
Do I hit it?
You cannot pull it yet.
Oh.
If you'll have to basically do something to move it into position and then use it.
Well, the only thing I can see is to open the door. So.
Which you also cannot do yet. You have to go up the ladder.
Yep,
there are 3 ways to go in this room. 4 if you include the way you came from. And this is the only one you can actually use when you first get here.
Well, I guess it's better than having to choose and then later on not knowing what to do.
Yeah. Those guys mentioning mac and cheese reminds me that when I first
saw... I did have mac and cheese for Thanksgiving as one of the sides.
Ooh. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true, yeah. But it reminds me when I first saw a macaroni grill, I think it is, at one of the cities here. And at first I thought, okay, seriously, how can you make a gourmet meal out of the Kraft mac and cheese?
What the?
And it turns out, no, that it's actually a serious thing, and it's the Kraft mac and cheese is to Italian macaroni what instant ramen noodles are to a Japanese ramen dish. There's anything wrong with that. Nothing wrong with the simple things, but there is a difference that at the time I was not aware of. Velveeta shells are super salty, huh? Yeah, I'm not much of a cheese guy. If you remember the commercials for, I forgot what it was. It might have been some cheese thing with the ad council, but it's I'm sorry, I don't like cheese. That's me.